As a child, 80% of my leisure time was spent on the street. Well, what to do at home? There is only a TV from entertainment, where there are 2 channels on which the accordion and Yakubovich play. We had to have fun ourselves. Bloopers, hide and seek, blind man's buff, classics. But one day a guy who was hitting on my mom made me a slingshot. But not ordinary, but modified. Instead of the usual rubber, he put there a more powerful one, popularly called milk. I do not know why it was so named and how much milk came out of it, but it gave a lot more tension than usual. She broke through almost everything in general, glass, cardboard, and even plywood. And if you hit a sparrow, the feathered one would instantly come to an end. It's good that I never hit, because I still had to learn how to aim properly. And of course, the first thing I did was brag to my friend about the latest ballistic device. We spent the whole day running around the yards, shooting at all sorts of bottles, and at all the objects that we came across. One day we passed a hut in the bushes. It was made of shit and sticks, and cardboard. And surprisingly, girls were hanging out there. It is unlikely that they built it themselves, because usually such structures are built by boys. Apparently, in their absence, privatization took place, or all 3 were the daughters of an engineer. In general, they played there with some dolls, mugs, teapots, leaves. Such as Sims on Minimorky. In general, we didn't care about them, but every time we passed by, they always let out some caustic jokes in our direction, like
boys in the ass fingers.
I still don't understand why it should be offensive. But my friend got into a verbal altercation with them, and lost in it. But since he had the slingshot, it's not hard to guess what argument he decided to put into action. Yes, he fired into their hiding place. The stone naturally pierced the armor of the strategic female fortification. And along the way, the accuracy of the squad in pigtails allowed the projectile to hit one girly unit. Naturally, we had a horror, and I had a double one. Because my friend just said, "Dude, this is your slingshot," and he ran away as fast as he could. That's fucked up. This is a betrayal of the level of ancient Rome. By the way, his real name was Diamond. Realizing that I was set up, I also took a lightning shower from the scene. Yes, and so much so that I ran all the way to the next district. Since then, I have not given my slingshot to anyone else. And when we did meet this friend, in a good way, it was necessary not just to yell at him, but also to give a juicy fuck and say, "It would be better if you shot from tanks and planes." What do you mean, in Vartanda? To Wartenberry. Yes, this is the most powerful Mocholovo on land, air and marine equipment from unique samples of the early 20th century to the present. And recently, a major update of Flame and Ice was released for Vartanda. Now there are reconnaissance and combat drones with missiles, flamethrower tanks and boats in the arsenal. But the main thing is a completely new branch of Finnish technology. The trick of the game is that different types of equipment can participate in one session. For example, armored vehicles are beating on the ground, and planes and helicopters are scurrying around. At sea locations, the battle is between the ships of the large and small fleet. They also tweak the visual effects. Now, when the tank explodes, various parts fly away from it, and when the ammunition is detonated, only the tower remains from it. Planes can literally be killed. Download the Wartanda from the link in the description. According to it, all new players and those who have not entered Vartanda for 6 months or more will receive 500,000 silver a week, and the rental of legendary German tanks, 3 premium cars as a gift, forever, boosters for pumping, a week of premium account and other bonuses. But we need to hurry to pick up all this, as the season of German gifts will soon end. Link in the description. You know, I was born in the Urals, and there the weather is fucked up from extreme to extreme. In summer, everyone is exhausted from the heat like in the Sahara, and in winter the temperature can calmly be -35, or even 40. No, well, in principle, it's fine if -30, but if -32. That's it. The school cannot tolerate this and usually closes for a couple of days to avoid accidents, hypothermia, and a surge of colds. You need to stay at home, warm up and drink seagulls. Well, that is, being on the street for a long time is objectively dangerous. But this is not a reason, for example, not to play football. That's what we thought. And instead of school, they went to arrange a yard football championship on ice and snowdrifts. Naturally, safety is above all. Everyone was wearing 3 sweatshirts, 6 socks, and I was wearing felt boots in general, but not my friend Artem. When everyone saw him running to our court in shorts and summer sneakers, everyone, in principle, didn't care. Only grannies and passers-by shouted at him that he was an idiot. However, the young Messi Zidane Ronaldovic was not at all embarrassed by this. He was going to win. To be fair, he really played very well, and at that moment he was the best. After some time I came to visit him. He was glad as never before, but not my visit, but the fact that he froze his fingers. And this meant that the trip to school for him was cancelled for some time and he could finally collect all the packages in GTA Vice City. Fortunately, his fingers were not cut off, but the skin peeled off. Then in childhood everything seemed simple and we thought we were immortal. But now I understand that everything could have ended differently. So don't ever do that. Otherwise, you can only play football on the console, and then if you were wearing gloves, Chet somehow sadly finished. In short, here's a hedgehog in a funny hat. Subscribe to the channel, put likes, and see you again.